Yes, and I was part of that, and it was one of the best parts of my life. It certainly gave me inspiration to start Mesquite Citizen Journal, and I thank you for that about 3 o'clock every morning. But now the other question I get a lot around town. Is he still here? Is he gonna move? Is he gonna stay in Mesquite? Is he gonna be a part of us? So this is your opportunity to answer all those questions that I get when I'm out and about town.
And my family and I, we've had a number of conversations about that particular topic. We have no compelling desire to leave Mesquite. This is our home. We've been here for a long time. The only caveat that I will make on it, there are two caveats. One is if someone out there would like to give us a house on the North Shore in Hawaii, we'd probably leave Mesquite the day after. And the other one is, if the Arizona lottery would become a little more agreeable in the numbers that they pick, if we could hit one of those Mega Millions or one of those Powerballs, we'd probably find the house for ourselves on the North Shore. Other than that, Mesquite, we're not relocating. This is our home.
Good.
And it's one of the things. That's why the book has become important, because I'm going to have to make a living. And right now, I'm in a very unique situation. I'm in this situation because I have got an amazing family. I've got the most supportive wife that anyone could ever ask for. And we agreed when this came about that I was going to spend 6 months working on just writing, working on getting a novel finished, getting it published. And so if we can make those things happen, I can do that and I can stay here. I also have a business that I run on the side that will also be a big part of staying here. And I've had that business for longer than I've had.
Oh, that's your computer help business.
Correct. And so that's my, if you want to talk about my real job. Once all the writing is finished, when the book is finished, if the book doesn't catch, or if I don't, if I can't make a living doing that kind of writing, I'll still be here because of computer help. And that leads to the big question of, what am I going to do when my 1-year non-compete is over? One of the great things that I've learned about life is you don't know where you're going to go. You don't know what direction it's going to take. And it's one of the things that I'm truly blessed, because I knew when I was in 7th grade that I wanted to be a writer. And then dumb things happen, like, life gets in the way.
Yeah,
you have to, mortgages and car payments and children and all these things. All of a sudden that amazing dream you had, well, I'm going to get to that dream eventually, but right now I got to go work at the factory, or I got to go get the job at the insurance office, and so you get so pulled away from what your dreams might be. I had an amazing and rare opportunity halfway through my life to stop, make a turn, and pursue the passion that I had when I was 12 years old.
Good.
Most people don't get that.
Yeah.
And so I'm very grateful to have had that opportunity. And it's another one of the things when you're doing this kind of business, when you're writing your cute little stories and your mom gives you the gold star kiss on the forehead, those are very rewarding, but you never really know, can I really do this? Mm-hmm. Until you throw it out there for the people to give you some feedback. And when I first started in the newspaper business, I got that feedback that let me know, I've got something here. I don't want to be so arrogant as to call it talent or a gift, but I had something. People responded to it, and I found a way. And this is what I tell, I've told my children, I tell people when I give talks to schools, find what you love to do and figure out how to make a living doing it.
Right.
And I was fortunate enough to find a way to write and get paid for it. Yeah. Now, when Cindy and I owned it, we didn't get paid much, I can tell you.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. One thing, nobody gets into journalism for the money. So if there are any hopeful college kids out there thinking about getting into journalism, managers at McDonald's make better than journalists make. So you might want to think about that. But it's a calling, it's not a job. And so I was able to do something that I loved to do and was able to make a living at it. That said, now I'm on to my next mountain, which is the book. And it's the same premise. Am I good enough? We're going to find out. And, I might not be good enough to be a national writer. And obviously that'll be a hard hit for my ego. But that's what life is about, taking the chances and finding out if you can do it. So now we're going to find out if I'm good enough. If I'm good enough, that's what I will do going forward. I've always wanted to be a writer, and I've been a writer, and now I'm going to be a different kind of writer. So if I can continue to pursue that, that's what I want to do. And so the question becomes, when my 1-year non-compete is up, am I going to get back into the newspaper business? One thing that I can tell you with a tremendous amount of certainty is I've owned my last newspaper. I don't think that's going to happen again. And it's funny though, because my former partner Cindy Delaney said the same thing. She used to be in the newspaper business in Washington State a long time ago. Yeah. And when she came to Mesquite, she had already said, I'm never going to get back in the newspaper business. And then we got back in the newspaper business. Yeah. So, you never say never, but I feel pretty confident in saying I've done what I wanted to do, and I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish there. And so I don't know that I'll ever own another newspaper. If the book takes off like my family dreams it will, then that's what I want to pursue. So that won't leave a lot of time for newspaper writing. But what comes after the 1-year non-compete is up. Like I say, the good news is that I'm not going to own another newspaper. I can't say that I won't ever write for a newspaper again, but it's again it's hard to predict what turns, and that's where you get into the question of, are we going to stay in Mesquite? If I was going to continue in the newspaper business, I would almost have to go somewhere else, because there's not a lot of money in this business anywhere. To be part of a newspaper in a community where there are 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 news sources. I mean, that's unheard of for a town of 15,000 to have 3 news sources. That's really an amazing thing. But the reality is, there's only so many dollars to go around, and so it would be very difficult to make a full-time living being just doing a fallback and being just a reporter, as you're learning as a news owner. Yes. So I can't say that I'll never write news again, or that I'll never write news in Mesquite. But I don't think I'll be another newspaper owner.
Well, I promise you this much: when you get your book published, we will carry it on the Mesquite Citizen Journal online bookstore.
Well, if the publishers don't like it, then it might be, you can buy an autographed copy in crayon, because that's how we'll be putting it out there. But.
All right. Well, it's just been a delight to talk to you today. I know so many people are going to be so excited to see this video, to hear how well you're doing.
Oh, I don't know. Like we said before we started, I'm sure there are people out there going, boy, haven't we killed this guy off yet? He's like Mesquite's Jason. He just keeps coming back. But yeah, I appreciate that.
No, it's just been a delight. And I think the city owes you so much for all the work that you and Cindy did through the years with Mesquite Local News. And you so deserve all of the awards that you won.
Thank you.
And you worked very hard for them, and it is a true recognition of your talent and your gift to Mesquite.
Well,
and we deeply, deeply appreciate it.
And again, I didn't do it alone. I mean, Cindy had a lot to do with that. There were a lot of people involved in those awards. The awards have my name on it, but there are people like Stephanie Frainer at the office, and our salespeople, Kathy and Sandy. There were some amazing people that went through our doors every day. And like Cindy and I, they didn't get paid much, but they were extraordinary people who believed in what we were trying to do and believed in this community.
Yeah. And
then you've got all the people out in the community who have given tips, or have talked to me, or have given me information. I owe all those people a lot of thanks, but mostly I owe the readers the thanks. I mean, they're the people who kept me going at times when I didn't think I wanted to keep doing it. So I'm really grateful, and so it's the readers that I want to thank for keeping me going.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Morse. We appreciate you spending some time with Mesquite Citizen Journal.
Thank you.